God, am I glad I procrastinated so long in making this. Imagine if I did this before those huge buffs. Yes, I said buffs. I'd have even more inconsistencies in my videos. Let's not talk about that. What was I doing? Oh, right, yeah. Let me make it easy for you. Left click, right click, become top 500 is what I would say if I was small, smooth brain, dumb idiot man. If there are 1 tricks in bronze and 1 tricks in top 500, then why are there bronze people never in top 500? And why are the top 500 never in bronze? I'll tell you what it is. It's this thing called Guardian Angel. Don't worry, we'll get to that later. Yes, I'm leaving this stat for later. Shut up. What Guardian Angel does is it moves you from where you are to where your teammates are, even if they're dead, but only when they're not super dead, just dead. Sounds super simple, right? Wrong. Let me explain. When you use Guardian Angel, you're doing it because the position where you are in is somewhere you don't want to be. Yes, the Mercy knows where it is at all times. This could be that you're surrounded by enemies, you're about to be surrounded by enemies, or someone else is surrounded by enemies, and you need to go save them, given you aren't going to die by trying to save them. Or if you're trying to escape enemies in real life by playing this silly game nobody likes. But if you don't know what you're doing, you're getting yourself killed. Okay, so there are 4 different things you can do after you initiate a Guardian Angel. Cancel it, super jump, launch, and a secret 4th thing. Think of it a little like grabbing a ledge in Smash. Your opponent is here, and there are loads of things you can do, including literally nothing that might fake out or predict your opponent's predicting of where you might be by not moving. The first option, cancel it, is for when you're in a bad position, your teammate is in a bad position, but you can see greener pastures just out of reach. By initiating a Guardian Angel, then immediately selecting one of the other options, super jumping or launching, you can move to a different place, even if this little bar isn't filled up all that much. Second option is to super jump. Okay, this one is a lot less useful than people think. By hitting your crouch button, you can launch yourself directly upwards, making close range heroes unable to hit you and giving you easy access to vantage points. Sounds great, but if there's someone in the enemy team that's hit scan, you're basically standing in a clearing with a few guys with hunting rifles in the bushes because it's Mercy season. In summary, don't fly up if there's a hit scan in the enemy team that can hit their shots, and if there is, then fly up, but just only do it when they're, you don't have line of sight to them. Third option, to launch, is to press the space button whenever the thing is full. This can be used to support people from a distance, so use it to fly to someone, then position yourself properly after hitting them with a beam. This can also be used to just go faster or to make yourself harder to hit, so in most cases, you're probably just going to want to jump anyways, regardless of where you're going. You see, whenever you use Guardian Angel, you have this little hang time thing where you're completely stationary and can be easily shot, so you're probably going to want to move at least a little to avoid, being capped while you're trying to gently float to the ground. Finally, the Ultra Instinct checkmate. I'm 57 parallel universes ahead of you. By doing absolutely nothing, you can effectively just float to the ground and not move. This is especially useful when you're playing against a Widowmaker because you can use your teammates and their shields to defend against, stray sniper bullets. By flying up or away, you're giving yourself up to being potentially shot and killed, so don't do that. But if you do nothing and gently float to the ground, you can use them as a meat shield. They can tank a headshot or two, you're worth it. Now that you understand how position heavy Mercy is, let me show you all the cool shit you can do to support your teammates. The most important one is your left click, the heal beam. The healing beam does 45 healing per second and 67.5 if they're below half health. What this means is that you want to be prioritizing the low health targets to get that extra 22.5 healing per second, and heal people who are above to top them off. Put a little asterisk in that for later. Your right click is one of the most powerful abilities in the game, however. Consistent plus 30% to all damage dealt. Let me explain how busted this thing is. Ash used to be able to one-shot headshot 200 health targets with a damage boost. Ash had to be nerfed. Sojourn used to be able to charge your full railgun in 15 shots. Sojourn had to be nerfed. And of course, because Blizzard is really smart, they haven't nerfed damage boost once, so make sure to take complete advantage of it. If someone is above 50% health and killing someone, here's where that asterisk came in. You should actually be damage boosting them unless they're fighting someone with an ability that can kill them instantly at their current health. Why? Because value. That person is probably not going to die, so allowing them to deal more damage is like giving them an extra half their health and confidence while giving them that crazy good damage boost. Why not just heal them? Because if you have an Ana or a Kiriko or literally anyone as a second support, their ult is probably more important than yours. And if you could be getting their ult off that extra health, and you won't be losing value to that 45 healing per second over 67.5, so win-win. Let me give it to you straight, Valkyrie kind of sucks. I mean, it's fine, don't get me wrong. It does 60 healing per second and like 90 to people who are below 50%, and in theory you can hit everyone, but it just isn't as game-changing as, say, Dragon Blade or Nano. Do I sound biased? I'm not. Considering how you can die in it, you can't get a free res anymore, and you don't get that crazy passive regen as consistently anymore, and the fact that you probably will be only hitting like 1 or 2 people, it's just not all that useful. It's just... Look, man, Kitsune Rush is way better. And there's this other silly ability, Resurrection. Resurrection is a super situational ability that you should only use if your teammates shouldn't have died. Try rezzing someone who went in alone, you're dead. Try rezzing someone who died honorably in a team fight. Without proper conditions, you're dead. Who you res are the people who died from like a dive hero who has since disengaged or like a riptire they flung from spawn. Those are the ones you'll never die on. In general, keep an eye on who's looking at you. If you don't have anyone near you that can one-shot you, like any of these heroes, then you could probably get away with it if they're not paying attention. A good team will spawn camp bodies and try to act like they're not paying attention though, so make sure you're actually not going to die mid-res. As fun as it is to get those risky resurrections off in the middle of the enemy team, It's up to the enemy team's incompetence, and in Overwatch, incompetence is just not getting as lucky as you should, and regardless of their skill, there's a very real chance they act competent because of that. Regardless, behind every amazing res is a team that's just really fucking stupid. Other than that, try and hide while doing it. Draw as little attention to yourself as physically possible, and please don't forget that your team can die while you're doing that. So only heal up to 50%, that damage boost the most effective hero, but only if your other support are confident, and not if they're under threat of being one-shot, and don't super jump unless you're away from the hit scan's line of sight, and only do nothing if the area around your teammate is very precise yet safe. And if there are no red wires, cut the fourth one. I said the fucking third one!